Hey y'all, this is Kylie from Wild Lemon Fitness. Thanks so much for joining us in our online studio. Let's work out.
Welcome to Wild Lemon's online studio. My name is Aniese and this is Yoga Flow. In today's class, we're going to start in a seated position, working on some small movements to get the body warmed up, and then we'll slowly pick up the pace throughout the class, and then we'll end in a lying position for Shavasana. So go ahead and roll out your mat and let's get ready to Yoga Flow. You can join me in a seated position with your sits bones rooting into the mat, the crown of the head rising towards the ceiling, shoulders drawing down the back. The hands can rest either palms face up or palms face down on the knees or in the lap. Allowing yourself to tune into the breath, closing the eyes or letting them settle gently on the floor in front of you. Fully expanding the lungs with each inhale through the nose, and allowing the lungs to collapse fully, squeezing out all that old stale air through your exhale through the nose. Allowing yourself to sit with that inhale and exhale, letting it loosen up the body and let those external thoughts go in the mind. Making a note to yourself that the breath will guide your practice. Even if I'm guiding an inhale or an exhale and you're maybe still on that previous inhale, that's okay. It is your practice and flow with your breath. On an exhale, we're going to walk those fingertips out to the side. The eyes can either softly open or remain closed. Reaching the fingertips out to the side. Exhale as we draw that right ear towards the shoulder. Moving gently here. On that next exhale, the chin drops to the chest. And then we're going to roll it all the way over to the left, creating space in the right side. Exhale as the chin drops to chest. And then inhale, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up, letting the gaze follow, looking out over those fingertips. Hold here, readjust those shoulders down the back. Exhale as we bring that left hand over the right knee, turning the gaze to look out over that right shoulder. Big inhale as the spine grows a little bit taller. Exhale as you twist a little bit deeper. Inhale as we flow through center, arms sweep up and overhead, gaze looks out. And then exhale as we twist to the left, bringing that right hand to the left knee, gaze looks out over that right shoulder. Sit nice and tall on that inhale, and exhale as you twist a little bit deeper. Inhale through center. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right one more time. Really bring out that torso. Inhale through center. Exhale, let's twist left. Those shoulders move away from the ears. Inhale as you come through center. Exhale as we bring the hands down by our side. We're going to sweep the legs out to the side, flexing the feet. The feet can be as close or as wide as what's comfortable to you. Do a little adjustment from side to side, flex those toes. Walk the hands out in front of us, dropping the elbows down to the ground if that feels comfortable, or if you'd like to bring blocks or books underneath the elbows to help elevate the floor, you can. Wherever we are, we remain with that flex in the toes. Inhale as we walk the hands to the right. Soft bend in those knees if that's what's comfortable for you. Reaching that torso towards that right thigh. Inhale as you come through center. Pause for a breath here. And then exhale as you come over to the left. Reaching that torso towards the thigh. Noticing that there may be a little bit of imbalance in the right to left side, and that's okay. There usually is. Inhale as you come through center. Hold here. We're going to walk the hands all the way up. Bring the bottom of the feet to touch in front of you. Sending those knees out to the side. You can walk the heels further away from the torso or bring them a little bit closer, depending on the stretch that you'd like in the hips or just the flexibility in your hips. You can use the elbows to press into the thighs, to send the knees a little bit closer to the ground, reaching that chest forward, not collapsing here. We're opening up the heart, stretching the spine. And then with an inhale, let's rise all the way back up. You can bring the knees to touch. We're going to sweep them around to come into our tabletop position. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Those wrists directly underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Let's come into some cat and cows. Inhale as that belly drops. Exhale as the spine arches. Head hangs evenly in between the shoulders. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you draw that gaze in. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale as we come through center. We're going to send the left side body out to the side as we twist to the right. Maybe you drop that belly just a little bit if it feels comfortable to you. Inhale as you come through center. Exhale as we go to the left. Turning maybe to look out past those left toes. Inhale through center. One more to the right. Wake up that side body, the spine. Inhale through center. Exhale left. Inhale as we come back to center. Create that nice long neutral spine. Flip the toes under. Let's send the hips towards the sky. Reach the heels towards the mat. Roll those shoulders around the ribs. Fingertips spread wide. Finding that downward dog. Maybe choosing to pedal out the heels here. Sometimes that feels nice, especially if it's our first downward dog of the day. Really listening to the breath here. You can even close the eyes. Maybe taking this time now to set some kind of intention for class as we begin to flow. Coming into stillness here, letting the heels reach towards the mat. Find that full expression of downward dog as it is right now. Inhale, we're going to sweep that right leg to sky, really stretching it out. Point those toes. Exhale as you drop the right heel towards the right glute. Opening up that right hip. Then on an inhale, reach the right leg long, tipping both the hips to point towards the mat. Exhale as you set the right leg back down. Inhale as we move to the left, reaching that left leg long, point the toes. Exhale as you drop the left heel towards the glute. Open up that left hip, but as we do that, make sure we aren't opening up the shoulders here. Both the shoulders are still pointing down at the mat. And then inhale as you reach that left long. Exhale as you set it back down. Pause for a breath. On that inhale, let's float forward, finding our plank. Everyone dropping down onto the knees here. Exhale as we untuck those toes. We're going to send those elbows straight back as we lower ourselves all the way down with core control. Planting the hands underneath the shoulders. That gaze is looking down towards the mat. Inhale as you lift. Draw those shoulders up and away, pressing into those palms, only extending the arms as much as what feels comfortable to you. Pressing the tops of the feet in the mat. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, press into those hands, move through tabletop, tuck those toes under, find your downward dog. Lengthen the spine. Full deep breath here. We're gonna go through one more like that. There's always the option to keep the nose down or the knees down. Inhale as you float forward. Option to drop to the knees and lower down to the mat just as we did, or exhale as you stay elevated, send those elbows back, lowering 3/4 of the way down, then inhale as you press up, flipping to the tops of the feet, coming into an up dog. Up dog or cobra here is totally acceptable. Then on an exhale, roll onto the tops of the feet if we're in that up dog, or press through tabletop, finding our downward dog. Full deep breath here. On an exhale, drop those knees down, send the hips all the way back, untuck the toes, find your child's pose. Knowing that as we flow today, child's pose is always available to you. So if you'd like to take a little rest, or maybe the practice just isn't feeling it in your body, you're more than welcome to take child's pose. And then pick back up whenever you'd like. On an inhale, let's come through tabletop, tuck those toes under, send the hips to sky, downward dog. Full breath here. And then sweep that right leg to sky, point the toes. Inhale as you step the right foot in between the hands. Exhale as we drop down on that left knee, untuck the left toes. Inhale, arms sweep to sky. Full deep breath, shoulders draw down the back. Exhale as we plant the hands to frame that right foot. We're gonna walk them back just a little bit, roll up onto that right heel, sit into the hips. And then on an inhale, walk forward, framing that right foot, curl the left toes under, step the left foot forward to meet the right forward fold. Inhale as you walk the hands halfway up the shins, back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you draw the chin into the chest, slowly roll up, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Allowing the core to be engaged. Exhale as we roll the shoulders down the back. Big inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale as you fold forward, coming down with a flat back. Inhale, walk the hands halfway up the shins. Gaze looks forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, deep bend in the knees, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Shift the hips to find your downward dog. So optional vinyasa here. Inhale as you float forward. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, lift, open up your heart. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath. On an inhale, that left leg sweeps to sky. We're gonna draw it towards the chest, stepping it in between the hands. Exhale as we drop down on that right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Shoulders draw down the back. Exhale as we frame the left foot, walk the hands back, roll up onto the heel of that left foot, flex the left toes towards the torso. Inhale as you walk the hands forward. Planting both the hands, curl the right toes under, right foot steps forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, slowly roll up, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders roll down the back. On an inhale, sweep those hands up and overhead. Exhale as you clasp the hands, thumbs towards the back of the room. Shoulders draw down the back. Exhale as we lean to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale as we bring the hands down by our side. Big inhale up and overhead. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, left foot steps back, followed by the right. Engage the core. Find your downward dog. Optional vinyasa here. Inhale as you float forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Letting the exhale through the mouth here. Maybe it's even an audible sigh. Allowing yourself to reset. On that following inhale, the right leg sweeps to sky. Exhale as you bring the right knee into the chest, step it all the way forward. Keep that left knee lifted. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. You can always shorten your stance to help with the balance, also to help with that flexibility depending on what we have in the hip. That knee stacks directly underneath the ankle. Hold here. And then on an exhale, let's frame that right foot, step the left foot forward to meet the right forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands, left foot steps back, right foot steps back, plank. Option to flow through a vinyasa, or you can find that downward dog or child's pose. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Pause for that breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale as you step the left foot in between the hands. Right knee stays lifted. Inhale as you sweep the arms up and overhead. Same option. You can draw that right leg more in if you need. Full breath. And then on an exhale, fold forward, frame that left foot, right foot steps forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're gonna reverse swan dive all the way up. Slight back bend here, send the hips forward, maybe keep that chin tucked to the chest or let it fall all the way back. Inhale through center, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, right foot steps back, followed by the left, downward dog. Time for that optional vinyasa. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath. On an inhale, let's sweep that left foot to sky. Exhale as you step the left foot in between the hands. Drop that right heel down. Before we rise, check to make sure that left heel, right arch aligned for good balance. Deep bend in that left knee, but it doesn't go past the toes. Inhale as you cartwheel the hands out and open. Finding your warrior two. Gaze looks out over those left fingertips. And then exhale, let's drop that right hand back to the right leg. Reaching the left hand up and overhead, gaze can follow. Make sure you still have that deep bend in the front knee. Inhale as you come through center. Exhale, we're gonna drop that left forearm down to the left thigh. Reach the right arm up and overhead. You can turn the gaze, look out over that right forearm. Then inhale, cartwheel the hands back up. Exhale, you're gonna cartwheel the hands all the way down. Come onto those right toes. Right foot steps forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you rise all the way up, optional back bend. Inhale through center, exhale as we bring the hands down by our side. Big inhale up and overhead. Exhale as you fold forward, leading with that open heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, followed by the right. Inhale, downward dog. Full breath. And then inhale as that right leg sweeps to sky. Exhale as you step the right foot in between the hands. Drop that left heel down. Check in with that heel to arch alignment. And then inhale as you cartwheel the hands out and open. Deep bend in that right knee. Gaze looks out over those right fingertips. Full breath here. Exhale as you drop that left hand back to the left leg. Still that 90-degree bend in that right knee. Inhale through center. Exhale as you drop the right forearm down to the right thigh. Lift the left arm overhead. Full breath. Inhale through center. Reach that right arm nice and long. And then exhale as we cartwheel the hands all the way down. Frame that right foot. Come up onto those left toes. Left foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Slight back bend. And then exhale as we fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, right foot steps back, followed by the left, downward dog. Full breath here. Inhale as we float forward into our plank, whether it's knees down or on those toes. Exhale as you lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Full deep breath. Then on an exhale, let's drop down onto the knees, send the hips all the way back. Find your child's pose. Great place to grab some water, maybe roll out the wrists, tune back into the breath, whatever you're feeling, a nice little place to pause and reset. Then on an inhale, find your way back into tabletop, tuck those toes under. Find your downward dog. Full deep breath. And then on an inhale, that right leg's gonna lift to sky. Exhale as you step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale as we float both the hands up and overhead. Exhale as you drop the left heel, open up to warrior two. Then on an exhale, we're gonna straighten that right leg, turn those right toes towards the front side of the long mat, of your mat, and then exhale as you forward fold. Planting the hands, let's walk them over to the right leg, allowing the torso to move towards that right thigh. Maybe there's a slight bend in the knees if there's any sensitivity on the back of them. Inhale through center. Exhale as you come over to the left. Inhale through center. And then we're going to sweep those arms out to the side, come all the way up, use that core engagement. Reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale as you bring those hands back out to shoulder height. Turn the right toes back towards that front side of your mat. Sink into the leg. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, come up onto the toes of the left foot. We're going to step that right foot back. Hold your plank, whether it's on the toes or knees. And then exhale as you lower down all the way to the mat this time. Untuck the toes. We're going to walk those hands out a little wider than mats with distance apart. Inhale as you lift, open up the heart. Draw the shoulders down the back. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. If you have any back pain, really concentrate on engaging those glutes. Exhale as you lower down. We're going to bring our hands in front of us, rest one cheek on the hands, windshield wiper out the legs, deep bend in the knees. And then exhale as you let the legs go long. We're gonna bring that gaze back down to the mat, plant the hands underneath the shoulders, come through tabletop, finding our downward dog. Full breath here in downward dog. Then on an inhale, we're gonna sweep that left leg to sky. Exhale as you step the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Shoulders draw down the back, sinking into that front knee. Exhale as we drop that right heel down, opening up the arms. Gaze looks out over those left fingertips, finding your warrior two. You stay there. I'm gonna turn around so you can see. And then exhale as you drop that right hand back to the right leg, left arm lifts, that left shoulder draws down. There's still that deep bend. Inhale through center. And then exhale as we come into a twist. And I realize we didn't do this on the other side, but that's okay. We can fit it in later. Inhale through center. You're gonna straighten that left leg, turn the left toes out front. Exhale as you forward fold. Planting those hands. We're gonna plant that left hand directly underneath your eyes, so your face, so it's right in front of you. And then inhale as you reach the right arm up and overhead. Coming into a little side twist in your wide straddle. And then exhale as you collapse that right hand. Hand comes in front of you. Inhale the left hand. Really breathing into the stretch. And then exhale as that left hand comes in front of us. Inhale as we rise all the way up. Use that core to fully stand. You're gonna turn the left toes towards the front side of the mat, looking out over those left fingertips. And then exhale as you cartwheel that hand down, coming up onto those right toes. We're gonna step the left foot back, hold that plank. Full deep breath, shoulders draw down the back. Exhale as we lower all the way down. Untucking those toes. We're gonna reach the hands behind us this time. Inhale as we lift that torso, reaching the fingertips towards the toes. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, let's reach the legs up, or lift the legs up, I should say. Exhale back down. This time we can either choose to teeter-totter, lifting the torso and then the legs, or lift both the legs and the torso, reaching the hands back towards the feet. Full breath here. Really squeezing those glutes, using those back muscles, engaging that core. Exhale as you lower down. One more just like that. Inhale, lift. See if you can grow a little bit higher. Lift those legs a little bit more. Reach those hands a little bit further back. Test your flexibility and your strength here. And then exhale as you lower down. We're gonna bring the hands in front of us, laying on that opposite cheek, deep bend in those knees, windshield wiper out the legs. Full breath. And then on an exhale, release the feet back down, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale as you come through tabletop. Exhale, find that downward dog. Full deep breath. On an inhale, let's sweep that right leg to sky. Exhale as we step the right foot in between the hands, drop down on that left heel. Inhale, cartwheel the hands out and open. We're gonna hit those two sides that we got that extra stretch on the left, so drop that left hand back to the left leg, reach the right arm nice and long. Inhale through center, exhale as we drop the left or right forearm to the right thigh, left hand overhead. Full breath. And then inhale as you come back to your warrior two. Exhale, we're gonna cartwheel the hands down, sweep that right leg all the way back up into sky. And then inhale as we draw it into the chest. Little core challenge here, hold. Draw that right knee out to the right elbow. Inhale through center, over to the left. Inhale through center, and then exhale as we drop that right knee down to the right wrist. Drop the left knee down, untuck the left toes, sit nice and tall and proud. Draw those shoulders down the back. Look over that left shoulder, make sure the toes point directly towards the back of the room. Sometimes they like to turn in. Hold here. Engaging those inner thighs, let's challenge our balance a little bit. Maybe lifting those fingertips off the floor, if that feels good. You can also bring a deep bend to that left leg, reaching that left hand back. Really engage those inner thighs here, and then maybe you'd even like to lift that right hand. Full breath. You can also touch your left toes to your head, creating a back bend here, but I am not that flexible. Hold. And then exhale, we're gonna drop that right hand, release the leg if it was lifted, walk those hands all the way out, finding a pigeon pose. Shoulders draw down the back. If this is all uncomfortable for you, you can always flip onto the back, coming into a figure four pose with that right ankle crossed over the left thigh, drawing the leg into the chest. Maybe you allow the eyes to close. Focus on the breath. And then on an inhale, let's walk those hands underneath the shoulders, tuck those left toes under, step the right leg back to meet the left. Downward dog. Inhale as that left leg sweeps to sky. Exhale as you draw it into the chest, hold here. Little ab challenge here. Draw the left knee over to that left elbow. Inhale through center. Exhale to over to the right knee. Inhale through center. Then drop that left knee all the way down. Untucking those right toes, dropping that right knee. Walking the hands directly underneath the shoulder. Gaze looks out over that right shoulder. The toes point towards the back of the room. Inhale. Maybe you choose to create a bend in that right knee. Reach the right hand back. Engage those inner thighs. You can choose to lift that left arm. You can also drop the head back to the toe. Again, your practice, your body. Do what feels good. And then exhale as we drop that left hand down. Release the right leg if it was lifted. Walk those hands forward, coming in to that pigeon on this side. Again, the figure four is always the option. Also, if you have any knee sensitivity, you may just want to create a flex in that foot that is down, so your left foot right now. Let yourself breathe. And then on an inhale, let's walk the hands all the way up underneath the shoulders. Tuck that right foot toe, step the left foot back. Find your last downward dog class. Maybe even noticing if there's any difference in the body from when we first started. Sometimes those heels may be a little closer to the mat. Maybe those shoulders are already rounded around the ribs without a reminder. And then with an exhale, let's walk those feet slowly towards the hands. Find a forward fold. And then we're gonna walk the hands behind us, deep bend in the knees, slowly coming to a seat. Reaching the feet nice and long, sitting on those sits bones. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhale as you fold forward, reaching towards the feet or just any part of the leg to help pull yourself a little closer to those thighs. Then on an inhale, let's work that core just a little bit. Reach those hands, sweeping ourselves all the way up and over. You're gonna leave those hands lifted if it feels comfortable on those abs, or you can choose to bring them to the hips or out in front of you, whatever challenge you would like. And then you're slowly gonna lower all the way down. using that core. If our hands weren't lifted overhead, finding an inhale to bring them up and overhead, nice long full body stretch. Then exhale as we sweep the arms down by our side. Let's draw those knees into the chest. Little rock side to side. And then we can choose to stay here or maybe planting the feet. Hands come down by our side. Inhale as we press into the heels, rising all the way up into a bridge pose, really using those glutes to help push the hips towards the ceiling. You can roll the shoulders underneath the body, clasping the hands, reaching the knuckles towards the feet. Full breath. Allowing yourself to breathe with the head or with the heart over the head, which doesn't happen very much. And then exhale as we draw the hands out from underneath the body, sending the hips all the way back down. Draw those knees into the chest. Exhale as the knees come out to the side. We're going to thread the hands in between the knees, bringing the fingers to the bottom of the feet, reaching the heels towards the ceiling, coming into your happy baby. Rocking side to side. Bringing a deep bend into the knees, drawing the knees into the chest. And then sending them out nice and long, allowing the hands to come out by your side, the feet to fall out to the side, the eyes to close. Tuning back into the breath, the body, and the mind. Taking a moment to allow yourself to fully and completely relax, which we don't do very much throughout our day. And if the mind begins to wander, drawing it back to the breath. Taking 5 more full breaths here. On that last exhale, beginning to deepen the breath, bring some movement to the fingers, the toes, rocking the neck side to side. Bringing a deep bend into the knees, walking the feet underneath them. That right arm comes up, and then slowly rolling over onto the right side. Letting the head rest on that right arm, the left hand comes in front of the body. Pausing for a second here. Reminding yourself to take this peace and stillness with you through the rest of your day or evening. Then on an inhale, pressing into that left hand, slowly rolling all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Sits bones root into the mat. That spine grows nice and long. Pausing for 2 breaths, fully inhaling and exhaling. And then bringing the palms to touch, pressing the thumbs into the chest, bowing the head to the heart and the heart to the head. Thanking yourself for making it to the mat tonight. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you all for joining me on Wild Lemon's online studio. My name is Aniese, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.